So I want to give you guys a couple quick tips on posture. Posture is one of those things that is discussed a lot of times, but it is totally misconceptualized in terms of what we need to be healthy, what we need to be out of pain, and what we need to just feel good while we're doing any particular thing. Typically, it's happened to all of us when we were students, or at least in our younger years. Maybe you were sitting at the table doing your homework and you were hunched over like this, writing or typing frantically to get it done so you could go outside and play. And somebody, whether it was a teacher, grandma, mother, parent, aunt, uncle, doesn't really matter, kind of walks up to you and slaps you on the back and says, sit up straight. And what do we typically do when we sit up straight, right? If we've been hunched over like this, typing or writing away, and somebody tells us to sit up straight, we kind of sit up like this and we cram ourselves up and we don't look or feel comfortable. From the side, it looks something like this, right? You're hunched over and somebody says to sit up straight and you try to sit up like this and you feel jammed up, and then they might say, well, tuck your chin, pull your shoulders back, and now I'm sitting like this and anybody can see that I don't feel comfortable or look comfortable at all. That's because posture should be a relaxed thing, and there's no such thing as a perfect posture, right? It's not like there's some perfectly ideal thing. Sure, there are general guidelines that the closer you are to that in any given situation, the better off you're gonna be. Most typically we talk about it in sitting or standing, but really posture expands to any kind of thing we're doing. There's an optimal posture for it. One of the most common times that people experience pain and dysfunction is when they're sitting because they have poor posture. But it's not just that we have poor posture, right? We're in a state of poor posture. And if we can give ourselves a couple of cues, we'll come out of that posture pretty easily. So some of the cues I like to give myself, I'm gonna go through right now, because even though I'm a doctor of physical therapy, I have bad posture in plenty of situations, right? When I'm stressed, when I'm rushed, I'm trying to get something done, whether it's typing a note for a patient before the next one comes in. It's easy to get in these dysfunctional postures and start to make them a habit, and that's what we wanna prevent. So next time you're in a chair, I want you to try this. Instead of trying to think, get tall, spine long, get good posture, I want you to first get into a place of relaxation. Now, how do we do that? Generally, if the spine is slightly flexed, we're gonna be a little bit more relaxed. If you have for sure disc problems, you have confirmed disc issues, I want you to hold off on this, send me an email, book a consultation, and we can talk a little bit more about it. But I don't want you to try it this way if you have confirmed disc issues. If you don't have confirmed disc issues, you just get uncomfortable when you're sitting or standing, then go ahead and try this, especially if you get discomfort when you're sitting. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna lightly flex our spine, and we're gonna do it from the top down, and we're gonna take a nice deep breath as we do it and exhale as we're moving. So I take a deep breath. And I'm just gonna kind of roll vertebra by vertebra until I get into that slump posture. From that slump posture, I'm then going to go from the bottom up, roll all the way back. One extra thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a big deep breath at the bottom to really activate my sympathetic nervous system and get myself fully relaxed. So I'm gonna roll down, then I'm gonna take a deep breath, and I'm gonna roll back up nice and slow. And you'll see that there's an immediate change from the way I'm sitting right now, right? Not particularly good posture, but let's go through this and see what happens. Now, as you can see, because I'm in a relaxed place, I naturally sit up taller, right? My shoulders are a little bit further back and my head finds itself in the position that it should naturally be. I work at a desk a lot of the time, so I have a little bit of forehead posture, but it doesn't mean I need to have pain and dysfunction, right? If I can get back to center and I can be relaxed in that place, I'm gonna naturally feel good. I'm gonna naturally sit up taller. And so from this position now, let me turn and face you again. A lot of times we get caught breathing up here. right? If we look at fitness models and things like that, having a kind of expanded belly region isn't the sexiest thing for a magazine cover, right? You can always flex and get tight there if you want to show your abs off. But if you want a good functional posture, you should be fairly relaxed through here. You shouldn't be really tight, right? It shouldn't be like you're in the middle of a dog fight or anything like that. You should be breathing deep into your belly. So when I'm in this position right after I roll up, if I just take 2 or 3 deep breaths into my belly, I'm going to naturally continue to get taller because my diaphragm is pushing everything down and it's actually creating support for my spine, right? But if I get stuck breathing up here and I get in that frantic state, I'm going to start to do this kind of thing. So when you catch yourself doing that, you don't need to slap yourself on the back or anything. Just go back through those steps, right? I take a deep breath. I breathe at the bottom, I slowly roll up, then I take some deep breaths into my stomach. And here I am sitting in a strong, supportive position, pain-free. And it's all because I got myself relaxed first. I let the natural mechanics of my body bring me up to an upright position, right? I didn't do anything forceful. And then I just took some deep breaths so that I stabilized myself in that position, that place of relaxedness, right? You want to act and you want to move from a place of relaxed mentality, right? Your psychological space should be relaxed and your physical space should be relaxed. Sometimes it's really tough to actually calm your psychological system down, but if you do it by cueing your physiology, right, getting your physiology in a more relaxed place, your mental state naturally calms down alongside it. So give that a try. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please let me know.